So I like to browse around on Instagram, and no surprise, I get a lot of ads for phone cases. So I saw this ad for a case by Totallee, and it sounded right up my alley. The best super case we found from Wirecutter, the ultimate case for Minimalist from BuzzFeed. Like no case at all. I mean, this is right up my alley. This sounded exactly like what I look for in a phone case. So hey, I'm clicking through that ad. So I'll stop here and say that I would completely buy the hype if they were talking about super thin plastic cases, which Totallee makes and Totallee is known for. I've bought one from Totallee before. They are super thin. But they were using some of this language to talk about a leather case. And that really got me kind of questioning the hype. Now, leather by its nature tends to kind of be poofy or puffy. I wouldn't consider a leather case a thin case, or really any leather case to be a thin case. But I thought, you know what, hey, I'm game, let's check it out. Now, really the big question you should be asking yourself in this case, because both cases are very similar, is should I buy a Totallee case over an Apple leather case? So I just go ahead and fork over the dollars to buy an Apple leather case. Now the answer, and I'm gonna give you my answer right here, it comes down to one factor, and that is price. So I paid $35 for the Totallee case, and normally an Apple iPhone case, if you're buying it from the Apple website, runs at $49. So you're basically comparing $35 to $50, so $15 difference. So normally my recommendation is if you can afford to pony up the extra 15 bucks, then just go ahead and buy the Apple case. Then you get the Apple branding along with it. But if you're budget conscious, the Totallee case is just as good, if not exactly the same as the Apple case. So buy Totallee. Or better yet, check out eBay, where you can find a number of leather cases and probably the exact same case for under 10 bucks. So you can find a lot of just cheap knockoff leather cases, which from a quality standpoint are probably gonna be just as good as the Totallee case or the Apple case. So just go check out eBay. Now here's the other thing. Right now on Amazon, Apple leather cases are on sale. So you can actually get an Apple leather case for your iPhone 11 Pro Max for 39 bucks, which is about the same price as the Totallee case. Specifically in black and brown are what I found today looking on Amazon. The evergreen case, which we're gonna look at from Totallee, the evergreen case of Apple's is still $49. But if you're looking for black or brown and that works for you, then I would just go ahead and buy the Apple case. So at the end of the day, just shop around and find the best deal that's good for you. Now I've got links below to both the Totallee and the Apple cases. If you'd like to buy either one of those on Amazon, so feel free to use my links. So now let's dive in and take an up close look at the case. But before we do that, if you like this content or if this content helps you in your purchase decision, definitely subscribe and give me a like. So here's what you need to know if you're considering buying this case. So number one is I would put the quality of this case on par with the Apple leather cases. Typically cases like this are going to be a thin leather that's wrapped around either a cardboard or a plastic interior shell. And you know, this has held up just fine for me. I've had it for a few weeks now. I've used it off and on and I haven't had any problems with it coming apart. If I do have some issues in the future, I'll definitely let you know in an update, but so far it's held up just fine. So it's a typical leather case. You know, leather cases are pretty common these days. There's nothing really special about this. There's plenty of room in the camera cutout to protect your camera lenses. So there is a lip around the camera lenses. You can see right here where that lip is deep enough to where it will protect your camera lenses if you're setting the phone down on its back. I like the texture around the back of the case. That's really nice. I like how the bottom of the case is cut out like that, you know, similar to the Apple silicone cases or the Apple leather cases. I actually like it when it's cut out of the bottom because I think it makes swiping up a much smoother experience, much better feel. You're not bumping your finger against the bottom of a case. You have the bottom of the phone exposed. The buttons are metal, just like on the Apple leather case, super clicky. Both the volume up and down button. The mute rocker is a little bit smaller than other cases. I would probably put this up to the leather, kind of the leather material being a little bit thicker, but there's plenty of room to get in there and turn your mute rocker on and off. Power button, metal as well, so that's just fine. And then you can also see that there is a lip around the front of the case. So if you're setting the case down on its screen, on a table or a flat surface, then your screen's gonna be protected. I do have the Spigen screen protector on my phone, and I would recommend that if you're going, in any case, it doesn't really matter, that I would recommend you put a screen protector on your phone. You might as well. It'll protect your phone a little bit more, because replacing that screen, you don't want to have to go through the time or the cost to do that. Here's the bottom of the phone, kind of with how it's exposed. You can kind of see the edge around the front of the screen. This also kind of shows a little bit of the thickness of the phone. So I wouldn't say it's a super thick case. It's not but it isn't a thin case. So don't buy into the marketing hype. This is definitely kind of a medium-sized, just normal phone case. So it's not thick, it's not thin. It's just a regular level of thickness. There's the cutout without the phone in the case, just showing the back one more time. I do like the texture again on the back. I do think it adds a bit of a premium feel to the case. You can see the volume up and down buttons. There's the camera cutout. The camera cutout's pretty thin, but it is deep enough to give you some protection around the camera lenses. The power button. And then the inside of the case has a microfiber liner that'll give a little bit of protection to the back of your phone, at least I guess from scratches, because most cases though aren't going to scratch the back of your phone, but a lot of leather cases like this have a microfiber kind of lining in there. This one does as well. The other thing I wanted to show you was on the inside of the case, the leather that is between the buttons in your phone is a little bit thinner. And I think what that does is it just makes it easier there's less leather for the button to have to fight through as you're pressing it to contact your phone. So it makes the buttons even more clickier. But overall, this case is pretty much exactly the same as the Apple case, which is kind of the theme of this video. So really it's all about your pricing options. And so I would encourage you, again, just shop around on Amazon, maybe check eBay out, although eBay to me is a little bit more sketchier, but definitely shop around on Amazon to find the best deal you can find. So I hope this helps you in your purchasing decision. If it does, I would appreciate a subscribe or a like, and definitely stay tuned for the next video, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.